Poop News Network, Turd Dingle reporting. America is back in space, baby. Artemis II is doing a Pink Floyd, heading for the dark side of the moon. We're not at the Star Trek exploring the final frontier stage just yet, but we're getting there. Artemis II is making some historic firsts. The first humans to see the far side of the moon up close, the farthest ever to travel from Earth, and the first to test deep space systems for further space exploration. But all of that almost came to a crappy end. Space may be the final frontier, but this week, NASA and the Artemis astronauts learned a hard lesson. If the toilet doesn't work, nobody's exploring anything. That's right, the toilet on Artemis broke. And let's face it, the crew can't explore the final frontier if there's no place for them to do a Warp 1 or a Warp 2. According to NASA, the problem was a frozen urine vent line. Using the toilet on Earth is different than using one in space. On Earth, we have gravity to make sure that everything that comes out of us goes in one direction. Down. But the space toilet has to work where there's almost no gravity. It works by a fan system that separates solid and liquid waste and then vents them out into space. But in this case, the urine vent line was frozen, meaning that the pressure and flow couldn't be maintained, so nothing could be dumped into space. The whole toilet system had to shut down to avoid the possibility that anything in there could float back up. And that could have been an even bigger problem if the poop and pee became part of the only air the Artemis crew had to breathe. With the toilet offline, the crew had to use what NASA called, quote, contingency urine devices. Basically, that's NASA talk for emergency pee bags. Basically, they're plastic bags with a sticky rim that the crew would have to use to try and keep urine from escaping the bags. Not much fun. Astronaut Christina Cook stepped up as the mission's unofficial space plumber, following directions from Mission Control. She's a brilliant engineer, a record-setting astronaut, a national hero, and now a space toilet fixer. NASA's fix for the problem was pretty low-tech in concept, but clever in execution. Engineers on Earth told the crew to rotate the spacecraft so sunlight could thaw the frozen line. After hours of troubleshooting, Mission Control finally told the crew the toilets are open for business. At least now the astronauts know the effect of tightening their sphincters in zero gravity. To see our story on the history of space toilets and poop in space, click on the link following this report. I'm Turd Dingle for Poop News Network.